Fiduciary and professional duties of a real estate agent. Real estate agents are legally and ethically required to uphold specific fiduciary and professional duties when representing a client. These duties ensure that agents act in the best interest of their clients with trust, honesty, transparency, and competence. Violating these obligations can damage the agent's reputation and lead to serious legal or disciplinary consequences. The duties fall under two main categories: fiduciary, legal and ethical, and professional, standard of care and service, responsibilities. Here are the 15 most important duties every real estate agent must follow, with clear meanings and examples. Loyalty, which means always putting the client's interests first, even above the agent's own. For example, an agent avoids suggesting homes from which they'd earn a higher commission if they're not right for the client. This means the agent works solely for the client's benefit. Confidentiality, which means never sharing sensitive client information without permission, even after the transaction ends. For instance, an agent doesn't reveal to a buyer that a seller is under financial pressure. This protects the client's negotiation position and personal privacy. Disclosure, which means informing the client of all relevant facts that could affect their decisions. For example, the agent tells a buyer about nearby construction that may affect future property value. This helps the client make an informed decision. Obedience, which means following the lawful instructions of the client. For instance, a seller instructs the agent not to accept any offers below $450,000, and the agent complies. This shows respect for the client's control over decisions. Reasonable care and skill, which means using professional knowledge and competence in all activities. For example, an agent correctly advises a buyer to get a home inspection before closing. This protects the client from costly mistakes. Accounting, which means safely handling and accurately documenting all client funds and property. For instance, the agent deposits earnest money in a secure trust account and provides receipts. This prevents misuse of money and ensures full financial transparency. Full disclosure of conflicts, which means telling the client about any potential conflict of interest. For example, the agent reveals they have a financial stake in a property the client is considering. This protects the client from biased advice. Honesty, which means telling the truth and being transparent with all parties. For instance, an agent doesn't exaggerate square footage or make false claims about features. This prevents fraud and supports ethical practice. Accountability, which means keeping the client informed and being answerable for all actions. For example, the agent reports all offers, counteroffers, and feedback to the client. This keeps the client in control and ensures trust. Fiduciary integrity, which means acting ethically and professionally in all situations. For instance, the agent discourages the client from accepting a suspicious or unethical deal. This shows a commitment to doing what's right, not just profitable. Diligence, which means working actively and attentively to fulfill the client's needs. For example, the agent follows up with lenders, inspectors, and other parties to keep the deal moving. This ensures no detail is neglected during the process. Communication, which means providing regular, clear, and prompt updates throughout the transaction. For instance, the agent calls the client immediately when a new offer comes in. This keeps the client informed and involved in real time. Competence in local market knowledge, which means understanding and advising based on the local real estate market. For example, the agent advises the seller to price competitively based on nearby home sales. This helps clients make smarter decisions with current data. Advising on risk and legal concerns without giving legal advice. which means informing clients about possible risks but recommending they consult legal professionals when needed. For instance, the agent tells the buyer to consult an attorney about unclear deed restrictions. This protects the client without crossing legal boundaries. Professional conduct, which means following the law, licensing rules, and code of ethics at all times. For example, the agent treats all clients fairly, avoids discrimination, and complies with local laws. This upholds the agent's reputation and the integrity of the profession.